So, if you've managed to catch it, I've done 2 videos on making my own BJD. The first try is very haphazard. I didn't have a proper plan, I didn't think about articulation. It was, I'll still do it at some point, but, I'm not motivated right now, and I'm waiting for my own BJDs to come. So, I've been having a story idea about Kate Sith, I don't know, and I really wanted to be able to make a doll semi to scale to the 1/6 dolls that I have that would be both 4-legged, a quadruped, and a biped, so that I can put little dresses and outfits. So there'd be bipeds when they're in like the fairy world. I don't know, I haven't gotten that far into the story idea, but that's basically where the story starts. I had some references and it just went from there. Specifically, I got some references of actual BJDs, so there's quadruped cats dolls and how they're articulated and what they look like, and then 2 standing ones. The one in the middle, the third one, is kind of semi in between, but it can't do anything other than that in between, so it's very much not what I was looking for. And as well as anatomy of cats and 2 stylistic references of what I might want to go for. Two art pieces that I really like. There's this series of kind of cats familiar and bunnies, and the other one's actually what inspired the story, this tapestry about Japanese cats stealing gold, and I really love that style and the proportions of it, and it's just great. So I know that wouldn't ever work as a BJD, but kind of getting the heart, a bit of that style in there. I then looked into real cat anatomy and just did some references of faces, and I did some others, non-digitally, so you can't see them, but just looking at cats. Specifically, one, I took some photos of my cats sitting, running, lying, walking, and I got this nice side view of my cat Kuro, the boy one, slightly bigger one, and I thought that was a really good reference for a side view, so that's kind of what I based, very generally, my eventual more realistic style on. Also accompanied by a short interim where I tried to work out how stylistically my cats and my characters would work. I don't know. I really don't have a consistent art style at the moment. There's so many things that I'm trying to integrate and it's a mess. So going on to trying to get a side and front plan. It worked quite well, quite a round head going down, cat shaped body in a kind of tubby kind of way, and then the front view. I'm not a mathematical engineering, any kind mechanical thinking person, or a 3-dimensional thinking person, or actually someone that can visualize things in my brain at all, so it was very hard, but I think I eventually worked out kind of where I wanted to go with the jointing and where the arms and legs would go, and a general shape, which is honestly all I got from that. And then I think from there I might have gone into the more realistic shape, and then into how on earth articulation would work. In terms of articulation, I worked out the body, torso, thorax with just the basic shape, so it'd be head, which the neck, which is inside, and then the shoulder on top, and then the tummy below, and then the butt on top of that. So I'm not sure, I think the shoulder definitely on top, but I'm not sure whether, I think the neck on top of the shoulder. I'll see what works better. I think the shoulder, I don't know, I think the shoulder might be on top, might work better for shapes, because that's kind of how the shoulder moves, if that makes any sense. And then there was 3 main things to look at: the front legs, the back legs, and the head. So I'm not sure with the head whether or not I'll just drill 1 hole in the middle and it'll work for the 2 head positions, or I might try 2 head holes and then a thinner line connecting so they can lock into a 4-legged or 2-legged position I'm not sure. I'll see how that works. Once again, not mechanical thinking. In terms of the legs, I think I'm going to try to do double jointed elbows on both the front and the back. I think I worked out that would work the best. However, that's something I'll have to think about, because at this point I'm going to work on the head, kind of the body parts, and then the legs for now, they're kind of like secondary. A lot of cat BGDs, especially in this size, the smaller size, are just, 4 legs and there's no jointing. And at the very least I'm going to have a jointing at the foot, so that's better than most. And I think they'd still be able to stand that way. I think it'll depend on the size of the feet. I think I'm going to have slightly bigger back feet, and also whether or not I manage to make a tripod kind of shape for the tail, in which case I'm not sure whether I'll make it. I think I'm just going to go with the basic one tail shape, and then I'll see how it would work with the more realistic cats, the multi-jointed tail or just a 2-jointed tail. I'll see. I'm not really sure. Everything's worth experimenting with. And yeah, that's about it. I've actually done the inner skeleton and the first layer of clay, and I'm about to go into sculpting at this point. So if I really want some advice for articulation and just anything you guys think. Do you think it's cute? And it's smaller than 1/12 scale. It works in a Sylvanian's house, I think, to standing up, maybe. I think it'll depend how it should be, and at least that's how I planned it. So yeah, follow me on Instagram if you want to see some art and stuff, and subscribe, like, comment, etc. Please give me advice. Yeah, so thank you for coming in, guys.